Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. I need this one, right? This one. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Pierre. This one is better. Seems like. Yeah. Thank you. Definitely, as Professor Cui mentioned, technology has a temperature, and at this kind of tricky time, when AI and other emerging technologies coming to different industries and to the society. So how can we live together with technology, and how can we define the relationships between human with technology is the very tricky question. And to answer this question, I don't think a single field can actually do that. So that's why at PolyU, we believe the most groundbreaking research outcome will come from the collaboration. Through the international collaboration, we can bring in different perspectives, different culture, and different expertise to work together to tackle on this issue. So currently, we can see the world is facing such a rapid technological development, and what's going to happen in the next 10 years, nobody knows. Kevin Kelly, for example, he has successfully predicted how the world is going to change in the next 5,000 days. So this is an interesting book called The Next 5,000 Days. And he predicted in 2007 about shared economy, XR, and cloud computing, etc. And recently he announced the next 5,000 days. And 3 key points. Of course, there's many points, but here I just want to take 3 key concepts here. The first is the mirror world, which is akin to the metaverse, which refers to a virtual and augmented reality environment that reflects the interacts with the physical world. So it's not only virtual, but it's have to be combined. So which means the digital realms will become increasingly important, allowing us for new forms of interaction and experience. And also the second will be AI and automation. Next era will be dominated by AI. Yeah, and but AI will not automate the task, but also redefine how human interact with the technology as well, because AI is different to the previous technologies. It's not only make us the work become more efficient and convenient, but it's more helping us to think. And also the human AI coexistence. So this symbolic relationship will require humans to adapt and learn how to leverage AI reflex while maintaining our unique features, which is the creativity. So when we think about human work with AI, I think the key thing, like ChatGPT, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, etc., it's not about finding solutions anymore. I think AI is quite capable now, right? It can help us to find a solution. But the key thing is, what is the questions you ask? So I think from the design perspective, rather than focus on the solution, how can we ask the right questions is become to be the key. For example, when we design the city scanning, if we ask the question from user experience perspective, we may think how can we design, for example, city scanning for kids, for children, and we design kind of decoration maybe with beautiful interface, but it doesn't bring us to the real innovation. You know, it's will provide better experience, but it cannot help us to reach the real innovation. And to reach what we call disruptive innovation, we have to ask the questions regarding to the core functions of the city scanning. So that is the basic logic behind the scene. So which means to us, for the Research Center for Future Carrying Mobility at the PolyU, what we focus on is 3 things, which is I want to share with everyone in this forum, which is symbiosis. Symbiosis live together, symbiosis with AI or machine learning, symbiosis with the generative AI, and the symbiosis with nature. So today I want to go through these 3 points briefly. But before that, at the RCFCM Future Career Mobility Lab, we try to build up a theoretical foundation to think about the creation process. What is the human's contribution? What is the AI's contribution? And what is the key things for this? So in here, we build up a couple of theories. One is the data transparency design, and another one is related to behavioral change and how this AIoT environment can alter people's decision making. As an example here is a symbiosis with AI machine learning. We focus on, for example, one project is about the emotion. As a background study, emotion, 35% of the population in the world has emotional problems. Around half of American adults has this problem. I don't think it's a question about the emotional needs, but how can we understand people's emotion? How can we monitor people's emotion in the right time is the question. And the perspective we chose was a micro gesture. Because facial expression can be faked, you can show different facial movement, but the micro gesture by your hands is subconscious. It cannot be faked. But in other words, it will be more accurate. So the research gap here is how can we understand those kind of emotions in the daily living environment to provide the real world practical solutions. To do that, we developed this, what we call MSense technology, which can recognize different hand postures and also based on the frequencies of touching and based on the postures, and we can understand the stress level, emotional status. The accuracy is 96.81%. That was probably around a year ago. Now it's a little bit higher than that. And to collaborate with Huawei, Huawei say they want to integrate this kind of MSense technology into the smart watch as a product. So that's why we try to make this a PCB board as small as possible. And that is one of the direction. So we have a couple of publications regarding to how to monitor the emotional change. And based on that, when I went to the Future Lab last year and talked with the Professor Xu, and they have this kind of beautiful facilities and in Wudao, right? And the family members can live in the environment and can have different sensors, which is different channels, data input to monitor people's behavior in the daily environment. So that's why we developed this kind of atmosphere, and Professor Xu was briefly touched here. So you can see we have multiple sensors in the sphere. It's like a bowl-shaped sensor, but we have the MSense technology inside. So when you touch the bowl can know how you touch it, and the strength and the frequency as well. And through that, we can monitor people's how do they feel when they're watching TV, or when they talk to family members and have a daily conversation, etc. And we try to make this as cute as possible, like a pet. So the kids may come to touch the pet sometimes to understand the kids' emotion. We believe this will be quite useful for enhanced relationship between family members and education as well. So that is the plan for data collection. We are on the way. I believe we have done the pilot study, but the real data collection will happen pretty soon. Okay. So this is the key data we will going to collect, self-report, interview, visual and touch data as well. Okay, so then we come to symbiosis with the generative AI. We know Gen AI is one of the key productivity now in the industry, but in general, it's providing kind of a general support like ChatGPT, But if you are professional product designer, you can't rely on Stable Diffusion to give you professional support. It's very general. So how can we support the designers to reach the professional level? To empower them to design something as a professional outcome is the goal for our development, but not replace the junior designers, try to do something simple. That is not what we are trying to do. So to empower the designers, we have analyzed the key functions of current generative AI platform. And if we want to assist the professional designers, what needs to be done here. So I don't want to go through all of these details here, but you can see we analyze the existing tools and in different domain, 2D and 3D wording, etc., and to analyze the key points here. So based on these principles, we have developed this we call AR-Aki platform, using AI, what we call domain-specific large language model. We train our model, and with the data, some key data from Professor Cui's team from the local area, and the specific requirements from the local area, such as the natural environment, the culture, the tradition, the local crafts material as well. So we put all of this into the model, and then we train, and then we compare the outcome with the DALL-E, Firefly, etc. Platforms. So far, based on the feedback from the designers, we let the designers to give it a try of this platform, and based on their feedback, we can see it's quite positive, and they feel this can provide more understand their needs and more accurately reflect their expectations to reach the goal. Okay, so that is our strategy for symbiosis with the generative AI, and combine with the symbiosis with nature. So before we jump into the Pingjiang project, this is long-term ambition to work with nature. So this is one of the lab projects for enable kids to get into the nature. I just want to briefly introduce you about this one. This is using augmented reality technology, and it's more localized. So the kids can have special plants and special animals in the local area. So every time kids need to go to enjoy this virtual plants, they need to go to the place, go to the nature, but not at home. Then use these virtual scissors and virtual water pots and water nutrition to nurture the plants or play with the virtual animals in the location. So this is like attaching a device and to the iPads or iPhone, smartphone and smartpad, and watch as well. So this is a collaborative project with Huawei 2 years ago. So following this motivation, we love nature, right? So we want to use this AI and the technology to the nature. So luckily, I had a drink with Professor Cui in Beijing. So we got a bit drunk. We said, let's do that. So that, yeah. So that's why we started this project. Pingjiang is Anding Cun. It's beautiful environment, and surprisingly, because of the plants, there's no many mosquitoes, and a very nice area, and so that is the river, and our project is around the corner there. So at the beginning, we want the people to sense the nature, and we developed this initial concept. So we want to use the sound to make people experience the movements in the nature. So we try different materials using bamboo, this kind of cylinder pots, and different materials, stainless steel, bamboo, and different bowls as well. And then we work with the Professor Swiss team to use the AI to start assisting the design. Hardware parts was done by the architectural part was done by the CAFA. And I don't want to repeat this, but when we fit the sensing module inside that, one of the key things is how can we drive all of these actuators together to make it feels like a wind movement. So that's why we cannot code the actuator one by one. So we have to have over what we call control logic of this. So after this, we test all of these actuators, and even the ball, you know, when the motor using the bell to scratch the ball, this kind of details, it took us a long time to discuss and to find out the best sound we could hear. Okay, so for the time reason, the traditional material part is here. Here's Zhugang, and so I just want to show you the final results here. In the night, is beautiful. It's like breathing inside the mountain, and the local people saw that is like a monster, like an animal alive in the mountain. And the inside, you can see is testing. I'm blowing it, but actually it should be the mountain wind below the sensor to trigger all of these bells. Okay, so thank you very much. That's all, and thank you very much for your attention.